And I hear him talking about Izzy and how he's going around here acting like he has no masculinity or anything like that. But I want to show people something here, and when you see it, you're going to know something here in a minute. So let me just show you this here real quick. And if you haven't figured out this wasn't me, I don't know what to tell you. All right, this was me, 100%. Make no mistake about it. I'm not just dangerous when I'm online. I'm more dangerous when I'm offline. Let me show you something here. There's Shani right there. Hey, Jason.
Oh my God. Whoa,
I told you I was going to come over here. I want to give you back your EverDrives now. But if you're telling the truth about what you said.
Yes.
I should have played the first video first. That was about 23 seconds long. That's when I was walking past the house, and then that's when I decided to go on the porch and knock on the door. I gave that video to Draven, and that's how Draven was able to show all of you guys that. That was yours truly that actually did that. So you got to understand something. I can tell when Jason's full of it and when he's not. And there are just some things that's super fishy about some of the things that he's saying right now on these interviews when he was on it with Hussey. I'm paying a lot of attention now to what's been going on. The Hussey channel, and then Repsian and some of these other channels in which he's talking about Shani, calling her, all kinds of names and whatnot. You know what I mean? I don't know why he didn't call her the Minnesota Barracuda, because that's my personal favorite, but he was calling her a bunch of names and everything and whatnot, saying that he doesn't want nothing to do with her. Then as he gets closer and closer and closer to this eviction, get kind of offended when people brings him up. I watched the Hussey thingy that I think that happened today, and he actually got offended a couple of times when Shani got brought up, and got offended when people was bringing up certain things regarding, and it wasn't because his name was going to be put into some bad light. If he wants to make himself look stupid, he can go get the stockings that he's been wearing. He can go get the little fake lipstick and the eyebrows and all that stuff and whatnot. And I'm gonna tell people why I'm being mean about this in a minute. Then we're gonna look at this Repsian video, those long stockings and everything and whatnot. If he wants to make a fool out of himself, he can go do that, and he can do his thing or whatever. You know what I mean? So it had nothing to do with that. I don't believe that for a second. I believe that he was told by somebody on how to respond when he goes on these channels and talks to people. You got to remember that there are some people out there that don't like these particular interviewers or whatever, right? I'm sure you all figured that out, right? But what started opening my eyes is when I started looking at these interviews. So what's going to happen is we're going to look at this Repsian video, and I'm going to be responding to some of the things that he is saying on here, and why I'm suspicious about the things that he's saying, especially when he brings me up. Okay. I don't know Repsian. His name sounds familiar. I just don't know from what. But he looks familiar. But I did get brought up a couple of times regarding the house and regarding lying and some other stuff and whatnot. And I always said that if these knuckleheads brought me up, I was going to respond, and I wasn't going to be nice about it. So we're going to get into that. Let me say hi to some people in the chat here, because I know you guys like to be acknowledged. Okay, so hi, Wildflower Girl 1069A _K4. You know what? Let's just do this here and get you guys responded that way. Okay. Okay. So if you see your name up there, you're being acknowledged. I think Jason and Shani will get back. Oh yeah, we'll get back together. And I wonder if they plant this grift and are really talking together on the phone, and Jason's keeping it a secret from people he's asking for. I think he even knows that Ezzy is fake too. I think he knows that Ezzy is fake. And I think he's becoming a good actor. That's what I think he's actually doing. And I didn't believe this in the beginning. In the beginning, I actually thought, like, okay, maybe he needs my help or whatever. But I was suspicious about it. And I even made a video telling him to call me. I want y'all to think about this a minute here. Y'all know all the money I promised this guy that if he left Shani and whatnot, right? All he had to do was contact me. He knows my phone number. He knows my email. He never contacted me, not one time. He never contacted me once. But he needs $200. Give me a second here. He needs $200 to get a hotel room. $200, right? Let me see something here. My penny bank right now. I have $200 right here. Jason, call me. Give me a call. You liar. Give me a call. I'll give it to you right now. No problem. Call me since you're going to be homeless tomorrow. There you go right here. Get permission from the Barracuda and call me. All right? Because you already know where I'm going with this. So put that back in the old penny bank. But I got $200 I can give you. I got no problem with that. You even got a couple of Magic the Gathering cards in here. I'll give you out of pity. I got no problem with that. You didn't contact me. You didn't call me. Got suspicious. You're getting on here whining about what's going to happen to your cats. Got suspicious. You don't care about those cats. Jenny doesn't care about those cats. All you care about is your egos and getting your little revenge on these YouTubers. That's all you guys care about. I don't care what nobody says. That's all you care about. All right? So, to contact me. Jason, I'll tell you what. Everybody's offering you $30. Somebody's offering you like $100. And dude, I'll give you $500 for a real interview. Because I want to know about the cancer stuff. I want to know the real stuff. And you're not allowed to get on here and give me some like you're a man. Because I'm going to remind you that you get on here acting like a little female. Complete with no masculinity whatsoever. I want you to come on this channel and try that. Everybody's being too nice to you. Come on this YouTube channel. Let's have a talk. Because you can BS these people on here. You can't do that with me. We both know this. You don't want me to start hitting play on stuff. You just don't want that. All right? So that's my offer for you. I'll give you $500. That's a whole week, I think, in a hotel. A whole week. Maybe a little bit more. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I got to get you at least 6, maybe 7, 8, 9 days or whatever in the hotel, depending on the cheapness of the hotel. I know all about that, don't I? So why don't you accept the $500 if I put the link out there and bring your butt in here? Go on my chat, request the link, and come in here. Because I want to ask you the real questions to see if you're lying. Because I'm not going to be nice about Shanny, and I'm going to keep it $1.50. Everybody's skipping around talking to you. If I'm paying you to be on my YouTube channel, you're going to answer my questions, or I'm not going to pay you. And it's as simple as that. Nobody's going to blame me if I don't pay you. I'm a little excited about this because I'm hearing that your house is going to be condemned. I actually entertained calling your uncle to buy the house until I had that vision in my head about some blood being, oh God, man, being on the bed and all that stuff and whatnot. That's just disgusting. You know, I don't know if that woman has HIV or whatever. You know what I mean? So I thought about it, you know, but no, thank you. And it's not because I can't afford it or anything like that. It's just that's just disgusting. I can imagine how that place smells, but actually, I don't gotta imagine. I know how it smells. But you're bugging out your mind, dude. If you think you're gonna trick me, okay? You're this close to sleeping outside, and you're on here asking people to look at your stockings to support your drag that you're actually doing with you dressing up like a. How can I word this? You know what? Too many people watching me right now. You dressing like a woman. I'll put it to you that way. If you want to call it that. Now, I got other words I would use, but you know, if you want to dress like a woman, my God, I'm compromising right now. You know, we can talk about that. You know, when you come on here and we can settle our differences. You know, since G-Man got on here and got on this camera and lied about you over and over and over and over again. You don't want me to go to, what's the name of that channel? XX, I think it's XX Archives, I think it's called. It's XX Archive. You don't want me to go in there and remind you about what you and your girlfriend was saying about what you wasn't doing, that you ultimately admit that you was doing. You just don't want to go there because you just blah, 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 and don't realize what it is that you're doing. You're just stupid. But anyway, because I'm all over the place. I'm going to show this Repsian video We're gonna listen to how he's down talking Shanny and everything else in the book, and I'm gonna interject with my own opinion on it. So let's actually do that first, and then I want to make some comments about what I heard on Hussey's channel today. So let's get to this here real quick. Again, I think I've heard of this Repsian guy before. I don't know if he's a dragoon or not. I don't know who this guy is, but he looks familiar. Oh,
prayer and fasting should be.
There we go.
He's taken from you guys.
Okay, here we go.
Corn.
I apologize for that. Come on, man. This is why I need my mouse. Where's my mouse at? Give me a second here, guys. Because if I don't do this, this is not going to be a very good stream. Give me a second here. I got to do this in order for this to work today. All right. Let's just do this. Here we go. Now, I'm going to back out of StreamYard here to make sure you can see this. Okay, now let's go back to the video here real quick. We're going to look at this Repsian video here real quick. Nobody has to donate to me. Do not donate to my Cash App. This is free. So let's take a look at this video. Fast forward this a little bit because this is boring.
Is YouTube gonna show this? Come on.
Here we go.
Around maybe in certain circles that I intend on going back to that. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's zero chance that I can have any relationship with this person. I said to her, look, maybe we could be friends. She said, I'd never be friends with such an asshole like you. So I said, okay, all right.
I mean, let's be honest though. Would you want to be friends with her after the fact? After everything that you've been through, would you want to be genuinely?
It's a similar answer that I have for Gary G-Man. It's no, because I know she lied about me publicly. How can I trust? I can't. How can you trust people like that, Rep? Right? You can't. How can you really trust a person that you know went out in front of tons of people, however many people you might be?
So basically, Jason's telling me why I should not be friends with him, because we're not going to get an example of what I said. We're not going to get a timestamp of what I said. He's not going to review of a video that I said. God knows there's a whole bunch of them out there. He ain't going to do none of that. So how can he trust G-Man if G-Man told lies about him in front of all these people? Yet we can't hear one stupid lie that G-Man said about him. But let's continue.
Talking to could be millions, could be two, but they lied to people about you directly to a camera. I
mean, that doesn't feel great for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if I don't do it today, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I want to compare and contrast this video interview he's doing here with another interview he did where he had a totally different answer, because it wasn't because of G-Man lying or anything like that. It was totally for a different reason when he told on himself about being a racist. But anyway, let's continue.
Would you say that, have you ever lied for her?
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Yeah? You have, yeah.
Okay, that's great.
I go farther.
Did you lie about the cancer thing with Channy? Did you lie about the cancer scam? Drader was the one who really brought it out. Carrie dug it into the ground. But did you lie for Shanny regarding cancer? Does she have cancer, and is she dying of cancer? Yes or no? You're lucky he's the one interviewing you, not me.
But
you can't. No, you can. This is a free. What would be some things that you have lied about that now in retrospect you're like, wow, I should not have defended her?
The fact that she would get violent. I hit it completely. Well,
Channy lied about a lot of stuff, and the thing that he regrets the most is the fact that she doesn't get violent. That's what he regrets the most. And Shanny's lied about a lot of things on here. She's lied about money. She lied about liking other men and flirting with other men. She's lied about working. She lied about being a good mother. She lied about a lot of different things. But the thing he regrets is that she's not violent. I think I would make a much better interviewer than Repsian. What do y'all think?
Everybody, including authorities. I hit it. That time that she put a scarlet A on my head, you guys saw a shiner on me. She popped me. She did. It was a pretty good hit.
No, I didn't know that. He didn't tell me that she punched him in the face. Because had I known that and they were living in my house, I'd have threw her out of there. Because that's a major no-no with me. You're a woman and you don't want a man putting their hands on you. You had better not put your hands on one of us.
Pretty good hit. She's strong. Not anymore. She's pretty weak now because her spirit is just evil, man. I don't know.
Little T-Rex arms. I don't know. I saw her throw some things just a couple days ago. So
she threw a 2-liter Dr. Pepper bottle right at my head, man. And if that connected, that might have not been too good. I'm just saying.
Did you say, so you lied about, or I should say covered up domestic violence? Honestly, yeah. I would say that's a pretty normal thing if you're in a DV.
So then Jason's admitting that he's a victim. I mean, we all know this though, but he's admitting that he's a victim of domestic violence, and Shani was the person that was beating him. He talked about it in Colorado, then lied about it later on. He talked about it in the house that they were staying with me and lied about it later on. He talked about it while living in a hotel and lied about it later on. He talked about it when he was living with his uncle and lied about it later on. And now he's finally admitting all those times were true, that Shani has a hand problem. So I wasn't lying, was I, Jason, when I said that Shani was beating you, huh? Still trying to figure out what I lied about.
Situation among people, if you are genuinely in a relationship.
Somebody's asking me, Brenda Barron says, G-Man, were they ever true Christians? I don't believe that that Shani was a real one. Not no more. I think Shani played the game. Jason, I'm not 100% sure yet. Because you got to watch his videos when he, before he met her. Completely different person. You can see the emotional and psychological damage that was done to this guy. Dating and being with Shani. This woman had the nerve. She had the gall and the nerve to think this was going to be me. It must be crazy.
No matter how toxic or bad the relationship is, a lot of men will lie about covering up domestic violence. It's a thing. And women too. Women too. It's just, this is not specifically a gender thing. Like, it's a very common victim thing. It's kind of embarrassing. It's humiliating, right? To acknowledge the fact that you let somebody hit you and you don't want to. It's embarrassing for a lot of people to
be fair, and I know a lot of you ain't gonna like me saying this, but I don't think Jason can beat anybody, to be perfectly honest. He's a very frail person. When I met William and Zachary, and Will, if you're watching this, you might not agree, but there's a good chance that I think maybe Will could have took Jason. I don't know.
Come out and talk about that.
The way that I felt about it was this. I justified it in my mind this way, that it's not her. It's her BPD. And
she has BPD?
Oh, she was diagnosed.
So she was diagnosed.
Yeah, I got to remember something about Jason. Jason doesn't know a lot about a lot. All he knows is what Shani told him. That's why he's watching all of those videos and reviewing them and still defending her. So there's a lot he doesn't know.
BPD.
That's what she tells me.
I was watching an interview. Who was doing it? Matter of fact, I think it's this channel where they were looking at the Betty video. I think it's this video right here. They were looking at the Betty video, and he was sitting there defending her, saying that Betty was lying, even though Betty literally wrote the script. I mean, she didn't write it, but she was basically telling people the script. I don't know how many of you are Christians and do the Lord's Prayer, where it says, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." A lot of us Christians believe that it's not something that you're supposed to do word for word. It's something that you're supposed to do as a format. Well, when Betty was talking about what happened when Shani lived with her, that is literally the blueprint of what it's like to have Shani around. And anybody who's been watching me long enough knows this, and I proved it God knows how many different times.
But in your 8-year relationship, did you ever see any, like a medical document or something that? Yeah, see, nope. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. BPD is crazy, dude.
She said that she was diagnosed in the military, and that's why she was kicked out of the military.
I've heard in the military. This is why I want to talk to you. I've never.
When Jason lost his virginity to Shani, he just started to make it a regular religious practice to believe everything that came out of her mouth. And Jason, by the way, if you disagree with anything that I'm saying, Jason, why am I even making this an offer? Nobody ever takes me up on this. But anyway, Jason, if you think I'm misrepresenting you, lying about you, or making stuff up, request a link and I'll bring you in here.
Never heard of this. She was in the basic military training?
Basic training for Navy. and they kicked
Navy.
her out. Yeah, they kicked her out because they gave her a mental evaluation, I guess.
By the way, I want to shout out Revelation News imaginary friend Izzy, the girl who doesn't exist. I would like to shout her out. Ezzy does not exist, I don't think. I think Ezzy is a figment of his imagination. He said he talked to her on the phone. Jason, you'll be surprised what you can do with AI, man. You need to get with the times. You'll be shocked what you can do with it. And a good voice modulator.
And it came out that she was BPD, and bye, you got to go. You can't be in the military and be BPD, I guess. Or at that time, you couldn't.
I actually don't even know do we have any military people in chat? That would be I don't know. Can you go into the military if you have like a diagnosed? I know you can if you have diagnosed autism.
She said to me also that her mother was discharged from the military because she was bipolar.
I don't
know nothing about her mother being in the military. That's news to me. I have to look into that.
No, I can't really visualize Shani ever joining the military. When would that have happened? Had she like even basic training? When about when that would have happened? When she's like 19? No, you got to be like 21, don't you? Or 18? You got to be 18 to join them.
I'll think about going to Hussey's YouTube channel. We'll see. But some of the stuff that Jason is saying on here needs to be responded to because Jason is ignorant when it comes to Shani on a lot of things. Not with living with her and doing certain things with her, but her backstory and her history. He's insanely ignorant on Shani.
Military.
18. Yeah. As far as I know. So that would have been what year?
I was too,
she's 1 year older than me.
Yeah,
so
how old is she?
42.
She's 42. Really? Oh man.
42. Yeah. And I'm 41.
And how old are you?
41.
Okay.
Right behind her. Less than a year.
I don't know if I believe the military thing. That's just
trying to imagine myself running away from a woman on video because I was afraid that she was going to tackle me like a football player or whatever. I'm just trying to imagine that. You know what I mean? I get that Jason's frail and he's a smaller guy and he's afraid and she's a big girl. I'm not around Shani. I know how big Shani is. But I don't want the ladies out there to get offended with me. She's still a woman at the end of the day. You ain't got no business running, dude.
So look, we're going to watch this video, right? Now, Jason has never watched this video. I've actually never watched it all the way through. I've only gotten to around the 10-minute mark. But Shani for Christ's mother published a YouTube video.
Those of you out there that's wondering why I would never run from Shani or anything like that. How can I put this? The last time I was in good terms with them, I wouldn't even call it good terms. When I actually saw them on the porch, made a video a while ago, and I told the story about how I went over there. Shani and Red went live and said G-Man was there, blah, 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 blah. And I was on their porch. It was the daytime. And she wouldn't go near me because she thought I had a gun. She thought I had like a weapon. Because I made it super clear that, if you ever come after me, you're going to get surprised. She wouldn't come nowhere near me until I got patted myself down. I had to go in my book bag and show her I had candy because I was ultimately going to give it to Jason because, the whole cookie fight and everything. I was going to give her some candy or something. And she wouldn't come near me until she found out I had nothing on me. And even when I did, when it turned out I didn't have nothing on me, all she could do is sing that song I don't want no scrub. And then she called me the N-word and she was just moving around really fast and whatnot, while this buffoon was sitting here talking about she was handicapped, and then turning around saying, and then Jason said that he's not a scrub if he can go to the bank and take out $5,000 whenever he wants just to play with that. It was just something hilarious.
Quite a few years ago, talking about Shani, and Jason has mentioned it, and Chris, I think, which was her ex-husband, right?
Yep.
We're gonna live watch this video together. Because I think from the little bit that I've watched of it, it's really telling everything that her mom says.
One of the reasons why I think they're still together after watching this interview, the way he tries to defend Shani and claims that the mother is lying. Like I said, my perspective on this is going to be interesting.
And talk about Shani, and I just think this video in of itself says so much about the person that you've been with for the last 8 years. Because you've been with her, 8 years now? Correct?
It would have been 8 years this March.
Hey, Jason, if that's your wife, how come you didn't get divorce papers? Why is it that it's so easy for you to just tell her to get out your house if you were married? Huh? Oh, I forgot. That's right. You wasn't married. So the only person that's lying on here, Jason, is you.
That's a long time. My longest was 4.5 years.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I can't even 8
Will you
years.
make a video response and say, "G man, technically, what is that mess called? That we're common law." No, you're not. Especially in the state of Pennsylvania, you ain't no common law married. Okay, you two are shacking up, committing fornication over and over and over again without actually being married, and you didn't want to get married because the woman didn't want to lose her food stamps. Like that, let's just stop the nonsense and just tell the truth.
That is a wild.
And you got to. There's
hard.
There was narc abuse, and I was completely.
When you're in a relationship that long, for the most part, speaking from experience here, you become codependent on a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's my experience, Rep. Yeah.
Would you say that you were codependent on her?
Completely. When I went to jail, that was one of the hardest. Well,
I'll tell you this though, and this is where I feel for him a little bit. When Shanny got involved with him, he had just lost his mother not that long ago. His mother had just passed away, and ultimately, Jason became her whole world and her whole moon and her sunlight and her stars when she found out that he had all of that money.
It's not great being in jail in the first place, but separation anxiety. Oh, yeah. I was really worried about her because I wasn't sure about the food situation. Were the kids going to go get food at convenient and stuff?
That ain't what you told me. And that ain't what you told everybody on YouTube. The reason why you was afraid you was in jail is because that you was there with bad charges. You was there for kicking a kid, which you would later deny that you did. You know what I mean? That you was in jail for kicking a kid, and you had to ask the police officers and say, "I don't feel safe in here." And they put you in a different cell. You are a liar, dude. Anybody can go watch XX Archive and go listen to what you said on there, dude. Like, honestly, you're a liar.
I was getting food at Giant driving. So I didn't know what the hell was going to happen with her. I was scared about that for her. Where is she going to get her food? Because
I got to get on my channel. I don't know if it's legal or whether or not he would do it, but I got to get Will on here. I'm telling you, the amount of times I can catch Jason lying and Shanny on here lying is just unbelievable if I ever get one of them kids on here. By the way, Will, if you're watching, how you doing? How you doing, Zachary, if you're watching?
And couldn't be there all the time. So you want to call it codependent? Absolute, Rep, because she yanked me out of my house in Scranton.
Hey, Jason, I think I was a better, if you want to call it, I was a better uncle to Zachary and William than you was as a dad. And if you don't believe me, why don't you ask William? Go ask him. Say, listen, was G-Man a better uncle to William and Zachary compared to Jason being a dad? I spoiled the snot out of those kids when I came and saw them.
Okay. And put me out in Colorado like a fish out of the water. And the first day that we ended up there, I had a psychotic break where I was looking into the sun, crying into
the... By the way, William, if you need anything, you know to contact me. And Zachary, same thing. Oh, by the way, Zachary, I think it's you. You have a red Apple iPhone. I got it still. Okay. I think the issue is that nobody could charge it, but I got a wireless charger and I was able to charge it. So if you want it back, contact me. I can get it to a YouTuber and then they can get it to you. But I need to hear it directly from you though first. All right. I don't want no third party. I have to hear it directly from you, and I'll get the phone to you, and then you can do what you want with it.
Son, I see Jesus Christ's hand in the sun, just saying, "Take my hand," and I lost my mind, man. I completely lost it for a little bit, for a day. I ran in the house and I was acting like the fucking Joker. It was out of hand, dude. There was one. I'm surprised she didn't live stream it, because if you guys got a taste of that shit, that was really crazy. I was in a psychotic state, and it's because I was withdrawing from alcohol, and I have never felt anything like that, Rep. When you're slamming
alcohol is a huge alcohol addiction's rough, man. So have you ever
got a whole bunch of relatives that know all about that? But anyway, let's continue.
Have you ever been to rehab, like alcohol rehabilitation?
You could call what I've been to twice a rehab of sorts, but it was in a behavioral health hospital.
Okay.
So it was like a combo of rehab type stuff in the structure of a behavioral hospital. That's what I went to. and I recommend it to everybody. It's a very good thing. If you can stand being in a situation that's a lot like high school and sort of prisony, but it's not. The bad places are like a prison. The good places are kind of like high school. There's structure. You have to go to groups. They'll lock your room and lock you out of your room if you don't go to groups, stuff like that.
Okay. Interesting.
So very helpful, and I
got a question for you, Jason. I noticed that you went to Hussey's channel. You're on Repsian's channel. You even went to Jules' channel. And this is why I'm bringing this up, because I know that you know just how much Jules have actually done to you. And, Shani, I'm not going to call her your ex because I don't think she's your ex, but to you and Shani. If you can go on Jules' channel, if you can go on Hussey's channel, you can go on this channel, and you can go on these other channels that you've been on, stopping you from going on Carrie's channel. For crying out loud, when I stopped being friends with you and Shani, you know how much I disliked Dragnot. He was in my room, and I went to his YouTube channel. I want to know why you're so afraid to go to Carrie's channel. Is it because you only want to go to people's channels who you think you can fool and who you can trick? You don't care about Shani no more, then certainly you shouldn't care about what Carrie thinks about Shani or anybody else for that matter.
Recommend that to everybody, but rehab, good rehab costs money, Rab.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does.
It really
how long were you in there for?
Just okay.
First time I went, I was there a solid week. The second time I went, I was there 2 weeks, which was 4 groups a day, which is that's a lot of therapy, man. And it's good stuff. It's really good. Coping mechanisms, learning DBT with dialectic behavior therapy.
No, I've done DBT. DBT is pretty. It's very, very good.
Oh, it's awesome stuff. And CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. I've been through a bunch of shit. And the only thing I need to get right is the medications, because they had me on a lithium dose that I don't know.
I have a question for you, Jason, because I don't think Repsian and the rest of these guys asked you this question. Was you giving your medication to Shani when you was getting your prescriptions? Was you giving some of your medication to Shani? I'm just curious. I mean, like, there's a lot of people out there that do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like, I don't think there's anything that the police can do right now, like in the present or whatever. But I would like an answer for that, Jason. Like, were you giving your medication to Shani? Because we both know you was.
And it made me feel weird, Yeah,
lithium's a wild medication to have. Man, you got a lot of haters in the chat right now. People are people do not like you.
That's all right, man. I understand why they don't. It's okay. And I understand that there's going to be a certain segment of people that saw what happened with that boy, and they think it's something that wasn't. And it's just
you're referring to the child, the kid, which she calls Zachary. The kid kicker thing, right? Correct.
Yeah, correct.
If you guys want to know what happened regarding Zachary, because he was the one who got kicked, not William, right? If you want to know what happened regarding Jason and Zachary, listen to Will, because Will told me to my face that that they was both afraid of this guy. They was also telling me backstories of what it was like to be with him in Colorado. Now, this is when Shani tried to give me the hard sell, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. So if you talk to William will tell you in detail what actually happened, because he did it with me. He'll tell you what happened that day. And Jason is not being truthful.
What is interesting about that situation is how Shani completely refused to ever acknowledge that happened up until you guys broke up.
Isn't that funny? Wow. All of a sudden? Okay, hun. It's a bad habit. I got to stop calling her hun. But that's just dishonest. Because if I kick that boy, how could she stay with me?
I swear there's a clip of you admitting that you hit the
XX archive. Go look up this Scranton his why he got MPD. My goodness gracious. Yo, Jason, listen to me. This term is going to help you for the rest of your internet career, okay? The internet doesn't forget. Oh my God.
Kid, though.
You're right. I admit that.
Him.
Yes. That
one minute he admits he kicked him, and the next minute he did. Next minute he's saying that he didn't kick the kid. Which one is it, Jason? Make your mind up.
Striking happened. I do remember that, but it was just a couple pops on the head.
That was because you wasn't man enough to get in Shanny's face, so you went in there and you took it out on the kid.
Hand. And is that too much? Yeah. You're not supposed to do that, especially with an autistic son. You just don't discipline that way.
No, absolutely. I didn't even know the fact that Zachary was autistic, and that actually
makes it worse.
That's fucked up. That's super fucked up to hit an autistic kid.
And that's why they were going to probably kill me in jail. That's why I had to go to solitary, because the whole floor was on fire. This guy fucking did something.
Wait a minute. Hardest part for you to be in jail was worrying about if Shanny had food. Jason, listen to me, man. I'm going to say some things to you that I said to you before. And she had, during this time, for those of you who don't know, I was friends with these people that were living inside of my house, okay? When Jason was in jail, Shanny was trying to get with me. Trust you me when I tell you this, Shanny wasn't thinking about no food. She wasn't thinking about what she was going to eat, what she was going to drink, and neither were their kids. Your uncle, everybody knows the story by now. Your uncle gave me $500 to try to bail you out. Turns out I don't know a lot about this. So they wanted collateral. They wanted all this other stuff. And if you didn't show up at court, thank God I didn't do any of that. You know what I mean? I would have lost whatever I put up for collateral. They wanted me to put that house up for collateral, and that just wasn't going to happen. Okay, Shanny and them were doing just fine. Why am I bringing this up? Because while you're in jail for kicking Zachary, if those other inmates would have found out what you would have did, they would have broke you into 50. Matter of fact, you would have been somebody's prison woman. That's what you would have been. You would have been somebody's prison woman. I'm not prison woman, jail woman. I put it to you that way. They would have broke you. And that's why you went to solitary confinement. And I assure you, that was your biggest fear. It wasn't whether or not Shanny was eating or not, because you knew full well she was eating, and she was eating good.
Come to an autistic kid, yeah, we're going to kill him tonight. They said that.
I mean,
I don't blame them, man. I don't blame them. Look, the circumstances of what were behind that night is that Shanny had been...
You better never go to jail. That's all I know. You better make sure you never go to jail, because, like I said, they don't forget this stuff.
Just harassing me the whole day with bullshit, saying you're cheating, you're an asshole, I can't stand you, all this shit.
Hussy, somebody who's I don't know if Hussy's watching this or whatever. Somebody's got to show Jason the XX archive videos where Shanny is talking about yours truly when he's in jail. Ugh.
So I was gaslit into a really bad mental state to start with, and I didn't have any medication. I wasn't drinking. So I was in a manic state, and it just happened, man. It just happened.
I hit the kid with your hand, and you never kicked.
Somebody told me I'm just as bad as Shanny. Let's continue.
The kid.
The kicking didn't happen, and the reason that I know it didn't is because I was wearing steel-toed boots. So if I kicked him, he would have not just gone to the hospital, but probably would have had a very serious injury of some sort.
So now you didn't kick him. You kicked him, then you didn't kick him. You kicked him, but then you didn't kick him. He's going to get into the story.
Okay, he would have had a ruptured something.
I mean, yeah.
There's no chance.
We do agree here that hitting a kid is just like deplorable, and this should never happen, correct?
I totally agree. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, all children. You don't discipline that way. I don't agree with it. I don't.
Do you remember if you put any when you hit him in the head? Did you put any bruises or anything, or no?
Not that I was told about. No, Shanny said he was fine. We didn't even take him to the hospital. That's what Shanny told me.
Yeah, I need to go talk to William. William seriously needs to either go on who's a good channel, Neutral. William needs to go on one of these YouTube channels, maybe Hussy or whatever, right? And William, and if he hasn't done it already, he needs to tell everybody what happened that day, because what he's saying and what William told me are two entirely different things.
Okay. Well, I just don't want it to be super downplayed. I'm glad that we agree that hitting a kid is not okay. It's just never acceptable. But
I fully take responsibility and I apologize for it. And no, you need to be going to anger management if you even think for a second.
Well, for the future, if you ever date somebody again, you should not date somebody with children. Okay, like
I completely agree with that.
Don't date somebody with children.
No, I agree completely.
Okay. Anyways, let's. I want to ask you, how did you and Shani meet?
Oh boy,
the origin of your relationship, was it through YouTube? Was it through Facebook? It was through YouTube.
It was through YouTube.
Okay.
I was a Christian end time prophecy guy, and I can see that you
Christian prophecy guy.
When these guys actually met, it was during the Great Debate days. So that's going to be important for when I respond to what he's going to say.
Yep.
Like, what do you mean? Well, you had Revelation News. Yes, I remember that YouTube channel many years.
For those of you who don't know this, Revelation News was a YouTube channel, and I don't know if Hussey knows this and the rest of these other people know this. Revelation News was a so-called end-time prophecy channel. We talked about Alex Jones and conspiracy theories and a lot of Republican style opinions. I'll put it to you that way, and views and whatnot. That's going to be important because if you know anything about Shani doesn't like the Republican Party. Let's continue.
Go.
Yep, that's me. And I had a radio show, and we got I can see that you feel different about me now.
He had about 16. When I first met Jason, he had about 16,000 subscribers, and it was in a room called Nadia. Blah 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 blah. You heard this a million times. Anyway, let's continue.
I'll wrap with the boy thing, and that's too bad, but I understand it.
Well, the past is the past, but it's also super fucked up. Like, I'm not going to ignore that and be like, oh,
he is going to tell the truth about is that he was in contact with Alex Jones and a couple of these other conspiracy people that existed back then. All right. I mean, they're not existed back then, but were talked about a lot back then.
You're the best person ever. I mean, there's just certain things that if you do, you know.
Yeah, I'd love to have a friendship.
If I right now got up and kicked my cat that's in the background, I'm assuming you'd be like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, you would. Your opinion would be just like, wow, that's really shitty, right? Like,
that's really shitty, sure, and it is really shitty what happened.
Everybody watching, including you, would have your opinion would be like, it would change a little bit. I'm still going to talk with you. I'm still going to be fair with you, and we still want to talk to you. So, but anyways, let's get back to the subject. Shani, how did you guys meet?
Yep, YouTube, my Christian YouTube prophecy channel, Revelation News. I was one of the bigger prophecy guys in the beginning because the big guys weren't on there yet. So I was one of the bigger channels, and she was a commenter. And I talked to her a few times. We talked on the phone a few times about the Bible and stuff and current events and stuff like that. So she came
to your YouTube channel?
Yeah, in the comments, yeah. That's where I met her. And then I can't remember how she got my number, but we exchanged numbers somehow. I can't remember how. And she called me one day and said, Rand Campbell, who was another Christian YouTube guy, his name on there was like God is on YouTube or something was his name. And she said, he needs to talk to you. So that's how I really met her and came into that community, which was the Great Debate community on YouTube.
The skeptic. So I was part of the skeptic community years ago on YouTube.
So that was Repsian. Okay, so I probably do know him. He was probably part of the Great Debate community, but I just don't remember talking to him. But if I had some of my other friends on here, they would be able to tell me who he is. I don't know yet.
It was kind of the opposite of it.
Yeah. It fits in with it, like Jacqueline Glenn, right? That you know her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That type of deal. It was like atheist versus Christian debate.
Well, I'm a Christian. Somebody's asking me, do I believe in that prophecy stuff? I'm a Christian. Some of the stuff that he talked about on his Revelation News channel. Some of the stuff, like for example, loose change. When he talked about what happened with the 9/11 attacks and everything and whatnot, and I was in agreement with him with that. And some of the things that he was saying, I was in agreement. I was in agreement with some of the things that he was saying, but I didn't watch his channel all the time because I was too busy doing my own thing during the Great Debate days.
Community thing. So
he came on my YouTube channel. Shani was on my channel. Like Shani was a regular on my YouTube channel when I used to do my hangouts and everything and whatnot. So
That's how I really met her. And then you flash forward a few years, you go to 2017, and Chris broke up with her in a way that was, I don't agree with it. He basically cheated with another woman. And
wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't agree with it? How did you break up with Shani, Jason? I'm curious. But didn't you cheat on her? You cheated on her, then you broke up with her. And then the way that she left that house, I mean, that wasn't necessarily the most flattering way she left. I would say that the way Chris broke up with her and the way you broke up with her is pretty similar, actually.
Do you know that for certain, though?
I mean,
you know for certain.
You don't, because you only know what she told you, Jason. That's why I'm dying to get you on this channel.
He said that it happened?
No, I have him stuttering on here.
Okay. In an interview with the Geek Room, he admitted to cheating.
All right.
Yep.
I'll have to go back and reference that when I make my official.
Chris did cheat, and Chris ultimately owned it. It was with Shani's best friend, apparently. Okay, and then something happened with Chris's brother or whatever, and Shani viciously tried to kill the guy with an axe or something like that. And I guess Chris filed for divorce or something like that. So, and then she was making all of these videos and all of that and whatnot. So anyway, let's continue.
Video on Shani, but I didn't know that. So that's the first time I'm hearing that.
Yep. Yeah, he admitted it.
He came out of that one like a boss, though. I got to give him that. He came out of that one like a boss.
Everybody in chat saying Chris said he did. He did it. Okay, so yeah. All right,
yep.
That's fucked up.
I didn't like that, but whatever. I made
because you did that with Izzy. Anyway, let's continue.
I promised her. She was feeling that something bad was going to happen with their relationship, and she said, "I need a Christian man in the community to stand up and say that."
It wasn't you, bro. She was talking about yours truly. She was talking about, if y'all think I'm being big-headed, go to Fundy Archive and you will see it for yourself. Go to Fundy Archive. I'm telling you, if you guys want to see a circus, yeah, I listen to me, Jason. I give you $500 to come on here for 3 hours. I'll have a lot of fun with you, man.
He'll help me. And I gave her a picture of a ring. So I took it. I took it. And
what I want to know is what happened that first night when Shani came in and, and brought her kids into the house. I'm pretty sure that she raped him. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm dying to know what happened that first day.
It was then a process to getting her to PA. I bought her a truck. It was a GMC Jimmy I bought her.
Yep, it was a green one. I actually know about it because that ultimately became mine after a while. As a matter of fact, I'll show you all what it looks like. Just give me a minute. That truck was ultimately mine. It's like a lot of other stuff was mine. But it was a green Jimmy in which all 4 tires lost the air and it couldn't even start, and it was a piece of junk. Let me show you here. I think I showed everybody this picture before. I'm going to show you guys this now again. And I'll show everybody what this Jeep looked like, the one that he claims he bought her. All right. So just give me a second here, and I'll show everybody what this, what this Jeep looked like. I think I use it as a screensaver, so I'm going to show you guys. I have to cut the old phone on. I believe this is the phone that was stolen, one of them. Okay, so here it is here. I got to make sure you guys can see this here. This is the green Jeep here. Hold on. It says Android is starting, so I got to wait before I can show you this here. Hold on. Okay, so this is it right here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That is, hold on, let me put this one on because I don't want the wrong thing to pop up on here. Hold on. Do not disturb. There we go. This is the Jeep here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I'll try to put that in the back here for you so you can see it. That's the green Jeep that Shani arrived there with, and it would stay in that driveway until I got it towed. And I have a video. I think I showed it on Drag's channel where I made sure Shani was on the phone with the tow guy when it ultimately got towed. But anyway, let's continue.
Used one. She just packed up everything she could get, put it in that thing, and drove out to me. And a day before
mother threw her out,
she drove out. I said, Shannon, I don't think you should come out here. And here's what she freaked out immediately and started having a really bad meltdown. I said, listen, you got 2 kids and I'm an alcoholic. You think it's a really good idea to have them underneath my roof? I don't think it's.
And let me tell you something about that. Y'all see the condition of the house that's over there now. For those of you who actually been to that house, you'll notice that that yellow house that the uncle has, that the porch is actually coming down. You've seen things inside of the house where it's in poor condition. That's nothing compared to the conditions he was living in with the house that he ultimately gave me. The front roof was coming in. It was collapsing in. The kitchen ceiling had already collapsed, and rainwater was coming in. That place was falling apart. You know what I mean? And by the time I finally got it, there was a sign on there saying it was going to be condemned. That's why I'm not buying the garbage that I'm hearing about him having to move because the house is condemned. Just because it's condemned don't mean he can't stay there. Especially if you're sitting here telling me that the reason why it's condemned is because of a toilet in a basement. I can go over there in one day and fix that by myself. One day.
Idea. She said, no, this is God. I have to come now. And
thanks.
Okay. So she showed up at my doorstep.
Yeah,
and the rest, you guys know, it's history, you know.
Thank you, Nikki, for the $5. Appreciate that. All right. So that's lore I didn't know. You guys met through.
Yeah.
How fascinating. So what was, when you first met her, like, can you describe the overall first day that you met her? How was that? What was that like? How did she treat you?
What did you think when you first saw her in person? That's what I want to know. Like, what were you thinking? Like maybe Barbara Streisand, Vanna White? Like when you saw Shanny for the first time, what did you think?
Kind of like a star at first. It's like, wow, you're real. You're a real person. I think it was kind of like if she met, I don't know, some actor she kind of liked.
I'll tell you the difference between Jason now and the Jason back then. He wasn't worried about her trying to hurt him or nothing like that. You got to go watch some of the earlier videos when these two were together. That man had an assault rifle in his closet and he had a Glock. He was not worried about her trying to do anything to him. I assure you of that.
That's how it was at first. But it was pleasant.
This dude was really, 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 really into the Alex Jones stuff. This dude had food that can last like 20 years. That was in his house. He had guns. He had ammunition like crazy in the basement. He had a lot of that Alex Jones stuff in there. A lot of the silver, a lot of that stuff that could fix your immune system. He had a lot of that stuff all over his house.
She presented to me as a pleasant person. So
when I first met Shanny, pleasant person too. But I didn't forget everything that happened on YouTube at the same time.
Developed a relationship, yeah. I didn't really at first feel the feeling of, oh, I want you, that type of deal, because I'm really not into BBW women, but her spirit was something that was attractive to me at the time. So, yeah, it developed into.
I'll never understand this because when I was on his computers and those laptops and whatnot that he had in his house, I seen the girls that he was talking to and the girls he was friends with. And I'm still to this very day wondering, why did he pick Shanny? That's another thing I would like to ask him.
We call a relationship, and
I saw those girls, you'll be asking him the same question.
Did the best I could in the circumstances.
Okay, let me back up. So you eventually meet her, right?
Yeah.
How soon did you guys actually become like a couple officially? Was it like the first day, like you guys met and you went down on that pussy and like it was done? Like the first day? First day you guys met.
First day. Yeah. Likes to say I was stealing kisses at the door or whatever. Yeah, I was affectionate. Sure.
They was having sex before Shanny ever got to Scranton, Pennsylvania. They was having phone sex and they were flirting. And how do number one, Chris would tell us, would tell everybody that Shanny would spend all of these hours talking to people on YouTube. I was one of them, Beckel. But apparently she was having phone sex with Jason. So they were, and she was very much married to Chris when these things were happening. Okay, and you'll see all of this stuff addressed on a Fundy archive. I don't think it's on XX archive, but I know it's on. I know for a fact It's on what's his name? Glute, I think his name is, on Glute's channel, Fund the Archive, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
So it was immediate. It wasn't. We didn't wait because it was going to happen. I mean, there was like one really good bedroom that was going to be ours.
Would you say she ever narcissistically love bombed you? Like,
there was 2 bedrooms. I would say the room that you guys ultimately took, that who room was that? Zachary's or Williams? The room that ultimately became Zachary's, that was the room that you 2 took. Bunch of stuff in it before I threw that stuff away. That room was decent. Your mother's room, however, that master's bedroom, Jason, had nothing but rainwater in it, but you had a whole lot of rare games in there, man. A lot of rare games that I have.
On the first day you guys met?
Oh, man. I mean, that's kind of been a thing from the start, I think. Love bombing, calling me like a perfect Christian guy and all that. That was bullshit. And when people started calling me like a perfect Christian type thing, I straight up drank whiskey live. And I said, no, you're wrong. I'm just a guy. I ain't perfect at all. You know?
All right. Let me stop you there. I have another question. Mm-hmm. So you guys meet for the first time. When you guys met, was she aware of the fact of your inheritance? So I'm trying to
Jason, I got a question for you. Did you ask her, did she have any sexually transmitted diseases? Did you ask her? Did you ask that at all? You know what I mean? Like you just don't meet somebody that you met on the internet and just jump on them. Did you ask her, did she have any sexually transmitted diseases? And how did she respond to you?
Mentally trying to create a timeline here, which will help me for my official Shanny video when it drops.
Okay.
Which you'll be mentioned in that too. But cool.
Not only does Jason knows that Shanny knew about the money. Repsion probably doesn't know this part. Again, if you go to Fund the Archive, Shanny is constantly talking about how much money he has. So Fund the Archive, we see the holy. Now I'm going to mention some dragoons on here in a positive light for once, but we see Dragnet. We see the holy Spackle, especially Spackle because she was good friends with Jason. Then we see let's see, who was it? Cliff Jumper, Alex Botten. Who was the other people? I honestly don't remember. There was a couple of Christians too, but there were several people warning him that Shanny just wanted him for the money. But I think the biggest mouth on this particular topic, I think at the time, was 2 people. It was Dragnet and I think the Holy Spackle. I think because Dragnet wasn't really, because Dragnet was covering me a lot, so I think it was him and maybe Spackle, but it was one other person that was covering her all the time. And it might have been Botten. I don't know, but I definitely know it was the Holy Spackle.
Did she know about the inheritance, the $700,000 inheritance?
Absolutely, yeah. From the start.
From the very beginning.
I let her know everything about my life because I felt like it was probably going to develop into a relationship. So yeah, I was sharing everything with her. Yeah.
So remember now, he's an alcoholic. He shared Shanny, but Shanny didn't care about the money. Shanny was just in love.
Yep. She knew about the money. 100%. Yeah. And people were trying to tell me that's probably the reason why she wants to get out to you. And I'm like, well, that's certainly part of the package, ain't it?
Jenny 999, thank you for the $5. Jenny has a question to you specifically asking, are you drinking right now?
I think he's doomed to make the same mistake again. I think if he became a millionaire again tomorrow, he will make the same dumb mistake again. I really believe that. I think he would make the same stupid mistakes again. Because it doesn't sound like he learned anything.
No.
Actually, before
she never cared about him. All she wanted was his money. That's all she wanted. She never cared about this guy. Okay, and if you follow Shanny's career, you would see what she does. She was extremely controlling. She isolated him from everybody, made him delete his YouTube channel. He had wet brain. She made him get off of that stuff, cold turkey and everything and whatnot. Shanny was just evil. And the first years, you think she's evil now? Go check her out when these 2 first got together.
I'm on here. Was a day or 2 ago. I told him he can't come onto the stream drunk.
Yeah, exactly. You did.
I specifically told him that, and I told him if he is drunk, I will literally not have this conversation with him.
And I don't blame
No.
you. That's
I appreciate you not coming on here hammered drunk.
no way, dude. I
It's
respect you, Rep. There's no way I'd do that with you, man. I wouldn't do that with anybody. I wouldn't do that with Dragnot, and we had a history. I wouldn't do that with people. It's not professional. It's bullshit.
That is a lie from the darkest, deepest pit of hell. Yes, he would. Oh, yes, he would. I don't know how many of you remember the note when I was before I sold the house and I made it look all clean and everything and whatnot, painted the place and everything and whatnot. I showed you the note. I read the note. They wished death on him. Now, I ain't innocent with that myself, so I don't want to sound like no hypocrite. Because I would say that my desires were worse, a lot worse.
To do that,
How are you doing on the alcohol, though? Like, realistically? So I saw a video from you a couple days ago when Shani was 302'd, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were, like, crying like crazy. I didn't watch the whole thing. I only saw a little bit.
I'm drinking that. That's what I'm drinking. Cheap-ass
Dr. Thunder?
Dr. Thunder, yeah. That's what I'm drinking. That's what I got.
All right. Well, just don't get too invested in alcohol, especially during this time, because when feelings and emotions are on the rise, it's very easy to just go to a bottle, right?
You're right.
And alcoholism will never improve any aspect of your life. Like, drinking's fine, but like actually like being drunk.
I agree. I totally agree that it's okay to have a drink, but getting drunk, however, is a totally different story. So no a problem with that. But I still contend that Jason was a lot better, was in a lot before he met Shani.
And you've admitted that you've been a drunk in the past, so it's you have the implication of easily just resorting to drinking all the time to suffocate emotions and feelings.
You're right. You're right. And I have to check that. Yeah. But honestly, the couple drinks I had were just celebratory. And I really don't feel like I have that much of a problem with it anymore. But should I stay away from it? Yeah. Not just for getting back into it could pull me back into the bottom like I was at one point. It's not just that, but it gives me such blaring headaches now. It's not even enjoyable. It's not something I even like doing no more. So I'm done with it. I am.
All right. Well, if you need resources for that stuff, let me know. Like, you have my number.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that big time.
So I saw you on like DP podcast. I think was it yesterday or the day before?
That might have been 3 days ago now.
Yeah. And you seem pretty drunk, but I don't know. I don't want you to hurt yourself or do something crazy.
I was feeling it. Because when I'm fully gone, you'll know it. Like the behavior is not okay at all. So like I know my line, and once I go past that, I get offline because it's not good. It's just not good. So yeah, alcohol in general for me now is stay away. But for the feeling in my body, even my body tells me stop that. Don't do it. It's bad for you, man.
Okay, let's move off of alcohol. So you guys meet for the first time. She knows about your inheritance. Tell me about the inheritance process. Specifically, why did you inherit $700,000? And what happened to that specifically? So you inherited $700,000. Why did you inherit $700,000?
Also explain why you're so lazy. You won't get the rest of the money that your family has. For those of you who don't know, his father and his mother has equity in oil. And I think he has, I forgot what it was called, but he was too lazy to look into it. But he still got money that he can tap into, but he's just too lazy to do it. The reason why I know this is because he showed me the documentation when he lived inside of the house. He's just lazy when it comes to paperwork, and I mean very lazy.
And
he still got money, trust me.
Do you think that Shani got with you specifically for that inheritance?
Okay, I didn't inherit $700,000. I inherited $250,000 that I turned $1,000.
So you turned it,
and I would say that that's not even true. He inherited the $250,000, and he had two houses. He had the house that he was staying in, and he had the house that he would eventually give to his uncle for $1.
Yeah.
How did you turn that? Well, not only is that a massive, like, that's a
return
value is crazy. Like, if you had 250 and you made it 700,000,
yeah,
you better give me some financial advice, because clearly I'm doing something wrong myself, right? So how did you turn 250 into 700,000?
Apple stock.
Apple stock.
I kept rolling money into Apple stock, and eventually it split, and then it split twice, and then it split. My money was gone at that point, but it split 3 times. If we still had the money, we would have been millionaires, me and Shanny. We would have been like 10 million, decamillionaire.
So you took 250,000, all of that you inherited, and you just thrusted it towards Apple shares, invested.
Slowly, yep. I would take little amounts of the dividends that were coming in from other stocks, and I was piping it all into Apple, and that was a good move. It was it was a good move.
I missed out. I should have slid in your DMs and asked you what's some financial advice.
It went well for that time. It did. And where did it go? Mainly marijuana.
Okay, so you made $700,000, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At this point,
I thought the trolls was the reason why you went broke. I thought the trolls was the reason why you lost all your money. So now you're admitting that drugs is what happened to it. Oh, okay.
When you had,
that's going to be important for when Shanny's mom starts talking and he starts denying everything.
A total of $700,000. How fast did you lose that?
Holy shit! 3 years in Colorado.
So in 3 years, you and Shanny spent $700,000.
Correct.
That's wild. That's crazy, man. So I have to ask, how did you spend that much in such a short amount of time? Like 3 years and 700,000 is an astronomical amount of money.
It's wild.
So you said marijuana, but like there has to be other things. There's no way you can spend 700,000 on weed. Like, I don't think that's humanly possible.
No, that wasn't all it was. It was regular living costs, which were higher because we were living in nice areas.
Okay, so when I first went, so everybody knows about the 2 different times when I got the house and whatnot. During the first time at the house, which he's probably not going to bring up, Shanny was in charge of his finances when he had wet brain. There's a whole section of what happened to them in Colorado that he ain't going to remember because he had wet brain. At least that's what he tells everybody. Shanny called me on the phone and told me that they lost $125,000 in 1 day. In 1 day. Of course, Jason's going to tell me I'm lying and whatnot, but I'd like to see him prove that, though. Considering he knows I have copies of his financials.
In Colorado, but also having to move so many times because of trolls calling landlords and getting us kicked out and causing problems with cops and blah, 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 blah. So there were a lot of moves too.
Nobody would have known that Shanny had kids and Shanny kept her mouth shut. Nobody would have known where you lived if you kept your mouth shut. As a matter of fact, I was busting out laughing when I saw you on was that Hussey's channel? And I think it was some other lady that was there today. And you just blurted out your address to everybody on there. I was just busting out laughing. And then later on, hey guys, I don't want you coming to my house. They would not know where you lived if you never said nothing.
And a lot of times we had to leave everything and then buy everything new again because of the circumstances were crazy.
And how many times did that happen? You guys leave everything, move to another one, leave, move.
3. And that was a huge chunk of money. I'm going to tell you that. Was it $700,000? No, but it was a chunk.
Let me show you guys something here. This is
money, and every time it's a deposit.
This will give you guys an example of just how stupid these two were with their money. Just give me 1 second. I want to show you something. I think you'll find this to be interesting. I don't think I've done this on camera before, but I want to show people something here real quick. Okay. All right, so you're going to find this to be pretty interesting here, guys. When he left there and Shanny drove them all up, and she got them to go to Colorado so that they could smoke weed legally. She could spend them into poverty. They left a lot of stuff there. One of the things, and I'm still holding this to this day, hoping this buffoon wakes up one day. This laptop right here is an Asus, and it's an Alienware. This right here. Okay, he didn't have one. He had two. So I don't know if you guys can actually see this here. This is the first one. You can tell because it's really dirty. Okay, it smells like shandy, I think. And then this one right here. That's not even tipping the iceberg. All right. So yeah, they had a habit of buying the same stuff over and over and over and over and over and over.
Extra
How
money.
Much, so the first, like, do you remember how much rent was at those places that you were staying?
The last one was crazy. It was $3,000 a month.
I still got those thousands of dollars of microphones too. I just want to let you know that I still got those things. All right. I just want to put that out there. All right.
Covell.
That is a lot.
$3,000 a month, but they had security, and that's why we went there.
Yo,
we
somebody put in the chat. Somebody put in the chat. She knows 777. She says you should sell him back his stuff. Yeah, I should sell him back his stuff. They said Shanny's food bills was $50,000 a year. Okay. This dude gave his uncle a house for $1. Everybody gets on my case for me buying a house for $1, but he gave it to the uncle first. But I spent a heck of a lot more than $1 on that place. I can assure you of that.
I'm more curious. So if you had all this, like, let's just go back to like your first move, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get into this apartment. You guys have a lot of money. Trolls
20.
Screw up with your life. You guys get harassed through online trolls, whatever, what have you, right?
Yep.
Why leave everything though?
I know.
If you
Okay, so to find out about the harassing and all that stuff and whatnot in their personal life, go to Fat Courtney Love's YouTube channel. Go listen to the racist garbage that they were saying on their channels. Go look at what they were saying when I lived in a house and they threw me out into the cold. It's a lot of stuff this guy's not bringing up, and I am dying to talk to him about that in public with you guys, but he won't do it.
That's
Jason's a liar.
That's what I don't like. Why leave everything? Because I watched a video. I don't know if you know what video that is, but there was a video of
See, Jason,
I don't know if it was a leasing agent or a land.
Guys, to every story you got on here, and you said that I can get on here in front of all of these strangers and I can lie and whatnot. Yet you can't be specific about what I lied about. I see you don't want to come on this YouTube channel. I told you to call me. I told you to give me to email me, and you wouldn't do it. A lot of people started getting suspect. Well, why aren't they why isn't he contacting the G-Man? Why won't he? Because his butt ain't gonna be homeless. That's why. I think the uncle's gonna sell that place, and Rev's gonna get a portion of that money. That's what's ultimately gonna happen. Or he's about to get that house put in his name. Something like that is about to happen. Anybody believing that these two are going to stay permanently separated, or believes that this buffoon is going to be living out in the street, y'all seriously need to get hip to your Shanny and Reb's history.
And we're going through one of the places that you lived.
Okay.
And I will say the place was actually really nice. Like, the apartment is very nice. It is way nicer than what I'm living in right now.
Covell.
It is. And the stuff that I saw on there made me nearly vomit. Like,
I know.
Living conditions of the house. It was a couple-story house, and it was just like horrendous. There was poop and shit, and grime, and the kids' beds. There was piss stains and like feces, and I just was like, "What?" So I guess my question is going back. So your first move,
wait a minute,
why
let
leave
me not
everything?
be a hypocrite, because I believe Shanny and Rev, when they came to the house, and they told me that the house was sabotaged. I actually believed it for a little bit, so I don't want to sound like no hypocrite or nothing like that. Then they got kicked out of my house. And how do you think they left it there?
Everything, though. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, it was the circumstances, because every time that they would flood a landlord with so many calls at once, it became, no, you got to get out, not just, they have processes, right? You got to be out in this amount of time. They literally say
typically it's 30 days.
Typically, yes. But they would pull shit with lawyers, I guess, and stuff, and we had to be out in a week.
Hey, Jason, how did they know where you lived? How did they know where you lived? Just curious. I'm almost positive. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure everybody watching this, or 446 people in here, all know that Shani was the one who told them where you lived. And
7 days gone. So the circumstances were such that a lot of times we couldn't coordinate getting like a U-Haul and all that stuff.
A lot of you who are new to this probably think that Shani is evil now, but if you wasn't around when this knucklehead had that money, and they thought that they could just say whatever they wanted to people back then, like the way that those racial slurs were just coming out of their mouths, degrading poor people. A lot of you don't even know about that, but those of you who donate to them, go look at how they talk to poor people. Go look at his opinion, how he was telling people about welfare and mocking people who was getting welfare when he himself was benefiting from welfare, which is the reason why those two didn't get married, because Shani didn't want to lose her welfare.
I'm telling you, dude, living in the situation we were in together was so uncomfortable that a lot of times we would just get lost by smoking weed and completely not taking care of shit that needed to be taken care of quick. So what's the consequence? We leave everything, jump in the car, pack clothes and shit, and go to another place. That's what it was. Just mentally ill.
You did that 3 times?
3 times.
Yeah, when they left Scranton, and I always tell this story, when I went in there and I took over that house, the man's driver's license, a lot of Shani's personal information, her panties, it's like all over the kitchen and everything. It's like, ugh. But anyway, a lot of stuff that a person would normally take was just sitting around there casually on the kitchen table, on the dining room table. I should say, not the kitchen table. The kitchen's over here and the dining room's over here. Yeah, a lot of that stuff in the dining room, just sitting there casually. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is true. They just packed up and left because Shani was rich.
It's crazy, man. Like,
do
you understand in retrospect how crazy that is? So I saw I don't know how old this. I was watching something a couple weeks ago with you. You and Shani were in the background, and I saw
you saw the video
on a shelf.
How many of you saw the video when they was kicking me out and they was trying to embarrass me on the internet? And I got Shani's panties and I did this, and they showed everybody how big her butt was. How many of you saw that video? How many of you saw the video when I had a bra and I did all of that stuff? I think Dragnut was the one that reviewed that. Dragnut's got a lot of goodies on his channel if he ever decides he wants to show you guys some stuff.
Of a bunch of PlayStation 2 games.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I want those.
I know. I want
those. You left them? You left PlayStation 2? Do you know how much those games are worth now?
I do know that, Rep. And the deal is, I put everything I could into that Durango. It was literally puffed.
Ask him how many of those PlayStation 2 games he has now. Just ask him. Ask him, hey, Jason, how many of those PlayStation 2 games you got? GameCube games you got? Nintendo games you got? Genesis games you got? Ask him how many of those he has now.
Out with stuff. And it was really rare shit. So I kept that stuff. The PS2 games, I've thought to myself, well, bro, you can literally get huge lots of PS2 games on eBay for not that much money. eBay is amazing still.
It is. I use it for Pokemon card stuff.
There you go. Exactly. It's great for that. And Magic the Gathering's my shit. That's what I used to love. But yeah, man, I had all of that shit, and I built that up over a 1 year period, and I spent only $1,000 on all of it. Except the Neo Geo, because Neo Geo's shit is super expensive.
It is.
I had a Neo Geo in the freaking.
I believe the system's worth about $1,000 now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even $1,100 right now. I should know because this is my closet.
Box, dude. I gave it to G-Man.
CPS was low on resources, so if you called CPS out to my house, that took them away from a child that really was being tortured. Yeah, that actually needed that really was being tortured, really was being burned with cigarettes, really was being locked in a closet, really was being starved to death. And so as a result, the child died. And I got this information from a Kentucky congresswoman, okay? So I know it's the truth. I know it's the truth. There's no ambiguity here. Because she told me flat out. She said, yeah, man, every time they come out to your house, that was eight kids that died.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. So we're looking at about, what, guys? About 108 kids that died as a result of CPS fucking around with the trolls fucking around with CPS, Clay County CPS.
It may even be even a little higher than that, to be honest with you.
It may be a little higher than that. I'm not good at math, admittedly, but for sure it was over 100 kids. And she's like, yeah, man, that's a real statistic. Every time they called CPS out to my house over my children, 8 children died. That's the truth.
That's fucked up.
That's a lot. That's a lot of death, man. That is a lot of death. And I think that was another reason why the judge said, hey, I'm going to nip this in the bud. Because they're not, obviously the trolls would not stop calling CPS as long as I had the kids. Obviously. So that was the judge's decision, I guess, to adopt them out, which I don't think.
You know what? In a way, you saved more kids from being killed. I mean, you had to, in a way, sacrifice your kids to sort of save other kids. That's right. I mean, I know that sounds sad, but these trolls would have they would have never stopped. I mean, your kids could have ended up dead in a way. Maybe the judge. Maybe the judge said, "Hey, these kids could die any moment. Let's get them the fuck out of there."
Kenneth Capiza Family Pizzeria. Listen to my fucking voice, you goddamn YouTube. That
sounds like a troll. That needs to be fucking banned.
Yeah, it's Kitty KPZ. Duh, it's Kitty KPZ.
Oh, is this the cocksucker that's gonna fucking? Did the interview get this fucking cocksucking mutt out of here?
Capiza. Yeah,
Get
Capizi.
this fucking mutt off my channel, you fucking slime
Kitty
ball.
Capizi. Yeah, Kitty Capizi. Kitty Capizi, that's who that is. But yeah, anyway, a Kentucky congresswoman told me this information. I didn't get it off a conspiracy website. A Kentucky congresswoman gave me that information.
Oh,
and she said, "Where is?"
Sick.
And listen. She said, "Where are all my?" She said, "Where are all my CPS workers and police at?" I said, "I know exactly where they're at." She said, "You do?" I said, "Yes, ma'am."
Coffee.
She said, "You do?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am. I know exactly where they are. They're all in my backyard." She said, "Wait a minute. Every one of my CPS workers is in your backyard, and all my police is in your backyard." I said, "Yes, ma'am. There's about 10 cruisers and 6 regular cars full of CPS." She's like, "What?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. They're all here." And she says, "Mr. Von Helton, that will never happen again." And you know what? It never did. It never happened after that. They only sent 2 out after that. 2 and 1 cop for a long time. Then they sent out 7 cops one time. I don't know why. I guess they must have told them I was raping. In order to send 7 cops out to your house, they probably told them I was raping my kids. And if I ever find out the troll,
if I
ever find the troll that told them I was raping my kids, that person is going to jail. And I mean right fucking now.
Well, I don't think jail is even worthy. I think they should just, I hate to say it, I think they should, the D word,
Yeah. Unalive. That's what we use now. Yeah, unalive. We're not allowed to use the D word no more. We're not allowed to use the D word no more. We have to use unalive.
It makes me fucking sick to my stomach, Vaughn, hearing this.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it, dude.
Making me sick to my stomach.
Simply Krista says, "John, I want to tell you something."
Yeah, it was that comment I pinned. It said, "I want to tell you something. Thank you for praying for my husband a while back."
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I remember that. I think he got into a bad accident or something. He was in a car accident. And I just want to, that's so sad. I know Krista's a good person and she doesn't deserve pain. And, it's sad that life, sometimes, things like this happen.
Yeah, Pamela Sue's husband died in a motorcycle accident, I heard.
Ooh, well, that's good for her for what she did to you. Fucked you over sideways.
Well, yeah, but she was deceived by Johnny Johnson. It wasn't her fault. She was deceived.
Oh, he had a fall from 30 feet up. Holy shit, 30 feet and he survived?
Oh, shit, 30 feet up. Oh, my God. That's crazy.
That's like, what, 2 stories? Almost 3 stories?
Yeah, something like that. Damn, holy shit, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad that the husband
wow,
okay.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad he's okay, Simply Krista. Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, though, my children are minors, and so if they go forward with the interview, and I suspect that they are manipulating these kids in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I will call the FBI. They will be involved, and I'll keep calling the goddamn FBI until arrests are made. Are we clear
Yeah.
on that, trolls? Are we clear on that, trolls? We better be.
I mean,
If
you
I
have this
think,
video of this stupid liberal white woman who's fighting with ICE agents and drove her car into an ICE agent. The ICE agent whipped out his pistola and
yeah,
unalived her headshot.
yeah, he
Point blank range.
unalived her, didn't
Why can't we get one of these fucking people to fucking do it to these trolls? Huh?
he?
Why
Where the
don't they
fuck?
fucking do it to these goddamn trolls?
Where the fuck is all the Muslims? Where are they
Yeah,
hiding?
where the fuck are all
Where,
these
where the
people,
fuck's all the Muslims at, man? Why can't we get some Muslims to unalive some of these motherfuckers,
Yeah,
man? What the hell?
exactly.
It's like,
That's
damn.
exactly what I'm
They're
talking
all
about,
hiding,
huh?
man. I guess they're all on holiday or some shit, It's like, fuck, man.
Let's get some DHS agents, some ICE agents. Let's get some fucking Homeland Security live. I'm so grateful he made it. It was the scariest thing I ever experienced. I'm sorry, Krista. So sorry. Will Phil is bragging about how he got an unauthorized squeeze in on you during the altercation over Sharpie. Did the police put you in touch with victim services, Vaughn?
um, no, but they had me go to urgent care and get a report on my finger. And like I said, the doctor says I got 50-50 chance. Yep.
And he's still walking around out there. Will Phil is
And
still
he's
walking
still
around
walking
that street.
around. Yeah, but I don't think he'll be walking for very long.
When?
Because
What? How long ago this happened? When did this
it's been
happen?
what, a few days, I guess. It's been a few days. I don't know, a couple
Holy
days, 3
shit!
days.
They know where you are, Vaughn. Are you safe?
I don't know, maybe.
Wait. So Will Phil found out where you're camping, where you're staying?
He found where I was at. He don't know where I'm at now, I don't think.
Oh,
They claim
perfect.
they
Okay.
claim to know where I'm at, but they don't know where I'm at. But they claim to know where I'm at. But they don't know where I'm at. I
Okay.
moved my location. Now the bitch of it is though, John, I have to pay to park here and I have to pay for the internet, which means I have to ask for very large donations. I don't want to do that, obviously, but I have no
How much
choice.
is parking?
Well, parking isn't too bad. It's $10 a
A
pop.
day?
So, no, for a few days. I got a deal. I jewed him down, John. You'd be proud
Oh,
of me.
you gave him the Jew treatment.
I
Okay.
give him the Jew treatment. I give him the. You'd be proud of me. I give him the Jew treatment.
That's
But
awesome.
I got a
You
decent
Jewed the
deal. So
fucker down. I love it.
I got a decent deal. But still, I still got to pay. So.
Oh man, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I was scared at one time when the troll fucking ran in front of my car and started beating on my hood, and
Yeah.
that was fucking crazy. I mean,
Oh, I
I ran
imagine.
out and I was beating on his car. I mean, he was following me. He was following me, and I tried to lose him, but I couldn't. So I hopped
Right.
out of my car and just ran up to his car and started fucking screaming, banging on
Yeah.
his car.
Very right.
know?
Well,
And if he reported me to cops that I hit his car, well, he's admitting to following me. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
You can't tell the police, yeah, I traveled 3,000 miles to fucking stalk John on the internet, from the, yeah, that
No, I'm
doesn't
not.
look so good.
No, I'm not kidding. My finger was caught in the harness and the leash. So when Will Phil pulled on Sharpie to take him out of my hands, he literally pulled my finger out of joint and pulled a tendon in my finger.
Who's paying for this medical bill, man? That you got medical bills now?
I got Medicaid. Medicaid covered it.
Oh, okay, good. Man, that's fucked up, man. This is sick.
Yeah, well,
Well,
hopefully,
Phil, I really hope you really fucking get the goods, man.
well,
Yeah.
like I said, my cousin swears up and down these cops are like bulldogs. They will not quit until they get their man. They're like
I
the
don't
county
understand
mountie.
why
They'll
your
get their man.
cousin doesn't let you stay at the house, give you a room or something.
Because she's scared to death that they'll find out where her house is and they'll send CPS out there to steal her kids and they'll send the government out there to kick her out of her house. That's why.
Yeah.
She's scared to death. She's scared to death of these people. And she has every right to be scared to death of these people.
That's why I don't do live streams with the place. That's why I'm in my car live streaming, because God forbid they find out where I live. I'd be terrified, you know?
Yeah, because they'd get you evicted. I mean, look what they did to Nick Bravo. They got him kicked out of his apartment, and then they got him kicked out of his mobile home. I mean, goddamn, the motherfucker goes and gets him a mobile home, and they get him kicked out of that too. These people are fucking relentless, man. They will not stop. Like I said, there's only two things that'll stop these motherfuckers, and that is either jail or a bullet or both. That's the only thing that's going to stop these motherfuckers. And it's sad to say that. It really is sad to say that, but that's just the way it is, man.
The way it is, yeah.
Maybe get off YouTube, and let the trolls win? Let evil have control of the internet? Why would I do that? That makes no sense. No. What we do is we get we get law enforcement to enforce the law and kick these motherfuckers off the internet. That's what you do. You get the terrorists off the internet, not the good people, not the law-abiding people. The terrorists are the ones that need to get kicked off the internet, not the law-abiding people. So that's a cop-out. And besides, I was off the internet for 2 years, and that just emboldened them even more. So there you go.
I remember the time that you cut the internet off and you were gone for a while. That was
I was gone for 2 years. Yeah, I was off the internet for 2 years. And in fact, I think that was when they started calling CPS, is when I was off the internet. They started calling CPS out to the house because I was off the internet, see, and they couldn't get anything on me. So they just started sending people, sent the FBI to my house, sent CPS out to my house, sent the police out to my house, CIA. They contacted CIA and tried to get them to come out to my house and double tap me as a domestic terrorist.
That's
yeah, the governor actually got involved on that one, I think. I think that's what they said. Said the governor even got involved on that one because CIA was going to come out and arrest me as a domestic terrorist.
You know what? Right now, I'm going to go send you $50 on cash. I'm going to do that right now. Give me a second.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it. I need the help. I need all the help I can get. It ain't going to be much longer, man. Surely within
And that's only because of Will Phil. You know what, Will Phil, you're a fucking dirty fucking ape. I just want to say
he's a piece of shit. Yeah, he is. He's a piece of shit. Absolutely is. He could have killed Sharpie. I mean, he's a deranged individual, dude. What if he had killed and cooked and Sharpie and ate him or some shit? Wouldn't that have been creepy? That'd have been creepy as fuck, wouldn't it? There has to be something wrong for CPS to just take your children. They don't take children just because they were called. Well, I'm sorry, but they do take children just because they were called. If CPS shows up at your door with a police officer, they are there to take your kids. Yes, they fucking are. So don't you open that door, fool. Do not open a door if you see 2 CPS workers and a cop, because they're there to take your children. They'll make shit up if they have to, but they're taking those kids. That's why they brought a cop with them, see? Never open your door you shouldn't open your door to CPS to begin with. But if you have to open the door, at least make sure they ain't got a cop with them. Because if they got a cop with them, they're there to take your kids for sure. Absolutely. Especially if they show up with a whole army of cops. This one time they showed up with 7 cops, dude. 7 cops. Can you believe it? That's just nuts.
Yeah,
that's nuts, man. That's nuts. But no, CPS will take your kids if they show up at your door with a cop. That's what they're there to do. That's why they brought the cop with them. Duh. If they weren't there to take your kids, they wouldn't need a cop. Hello. So do not open your door to somebody or to CPS that has a cop with them, because they're there to take your kids. They'll make shit up. They'll go through your house and say, well, you didn't do your laundry, or you didn't do your dishes, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that right. Or you got boxes in your hallway. That was another thing they brought up. They brought up boxes in the hallway. WSP Wrangler, listen to my fucking voice. They don't need a reason to take your kids. Yeah. No, they do not. I've lived through this for the last 20 goddamn years. I think I know what I'm talking about. Quit trying to argue with me over shit that I know and that I've lived through.
You know what, WSP, I want you to apologize to Vaughn, or else you're going to get the fucking boot. apologize for Vaughn for causing the disturbance, or are you gonna get fucking rejected? Just ejected. Just fucking apologize.
Yeah. If your front door has a screen door, that's
you need to shut the fuck up and apologize to Vaughn. It's disgusting what you're saying. How can you defend these people? How can you?
Yeah, how can you defend these people, man, after what they've done? Oh no, not the boot, he says. Oh well, see ya.
Oh, he said,
but yeah, man. But yeah, they come out to the house one time with 7 police officers. It's like, what the fuck? 7 police officers. And so, of course, I knew they were there to steal the kids. Because that's why they were there. They were there to steal the kids.
Door so you can.
Yeah, get a screen door so you don't have to actually open up the door. Well, I guess. Really, I don't know.
That's a trick. That's a tricky dicky question.
That's kind of a tricky thing. I would just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I would just act like I'm not home or something. I wouldn't take the
chance at all. I wouldn't go.
Yeah, I wouldn't take the chance at all. I just wouldn't. I'd just act like I wasn't home or something. Because I mean,
at this point,
yeah. Don't open the door, man. Don't open the fucking door. Exactly. Don't open the door. But I mean, when they got
CPS is Michael Myers, don't open the fucking door.
Well, when they got 7 cops with them, though, I mean, you really ain't got much choice because they'll just beat the door down if you don't.
That's
at that
true.
point.
I get that. I guess so. At that point, yeah.
Vaughn, you should consider getting a what? Getting something whistle in your case, in case Will or Todd show back up.
Like a rape whistle. They're saying get like a rape whistle.
One of them whistles that makes them go deaf. Oh yeah. Yeah, but then they'll sue me for going deaf.
Just carry around beer mace.
Sharpie, you're in my light.
Just carry around beer mace and just mace them when they come close. Just carry beer mace and just mace them.
Yeah, beer mace. No, you ain't going that way. No, you ain't going that way. No, you ain't going that way.
Let me tell you something. If that cocksucker Will ever showed up to my fucking door, oh man, it would be on like Donkey Kong, man.
Go lay down. Please go lay down. Go lay down. There you go. But yeah, bear spray. Well, I ain't got no bear spray. I mean, bear spray's all over down here. I ought to get some, huh? But it's probably expensive as fuck.
Well, I sent you $50 on Cash App. Did you get it?
Let me check. Hang on just a second.
You got it. Hanging on. Hanging on.
Still froze.
Still frozen. I hear you. You're there. I hear you.
Huh. Okay.
You still got Cash App, right? You still got the app for Cash App?
There we go. Okay, had to refresh, I guess. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Yeah, I got it, John. I got it.
Okay,
it's all good.
That'll make the trolls hate me a little bit more. I'm sure the trolls will. I'm sure the trolls will hate me a little bit more for that. That's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, man.
I don't mind helping out.
That's messed up.
Can you hear me, Vaughn?
I'm telling you, my children are minors.
Vaughn!
So if they interview them,
can you hear me?
And it looks like they're manipulating those kids, that's contributing to the delinquency of a minor. It's an automatic felony in all 50 states. And Kitty KPZ and his little compadres all go to prison. So that'd be nice.
Vaughn, can you hear me?
That'd be real nice.
Vaughn.
Okay, I can barely hear you, John, for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, now that you checked the fucking...
Can you hear me?
You checked... Yeah, I hear you fine. Yeah, I hear you.
Because I can barely hear you. It's real soft. Real soft.
Testing 1 2. Testing.
Just turn your microphone off and on a few times, and hopefully that'll fix it. That's what I do.
Testing.
Test 1 2 3. Can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Nope, that didn't work.
That didn't work?
Fix it.
It's on your end. Then it's on your end. It's on you. It's on your end.
I just.
It's on your end. It's on your end. It's you.
Vaughn, make sure your volume is up. Please tell John. Thank you. John, Simply Krista says thank you. My volume is up, folks.
No, it isn't. It has to be on your end. Krista, can you tell Vaughn it's on his end?
John is in whisper mode or some shit on my end.
No,
let me hop out and hop back in. I'll be back.
Yeah, hop back in. Hop out, hop back in. There you go. Whip it out, whip it in, whip it out. Oh man, turn your volume up. Yeah, it's got to be Vaughn. John is loud. Yeah, John's always fucking loud. He's a New Yorker. Hey, I want my coffee. Where's my fucking coffee? I ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. Where the fuck is my coffee, huh? Hey, where's my coffee?
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Outstanding. I hear you too. So
I hear you. He got the money. He is gone. Yeah, take the money and run, man.
Take the money and run. Yeah, go on. Take the money and run.
This is what these people think. They fuck. Take the money and run is because that's what you would do. You're a slimy little cocksucker.
Yeah, because that's what they do. They take the money and run. Yeah, take the money and run. Say hi in the chat. Okay, there we go. I said hi in the chat. I think. Yeah, there we go. Sheila James said hi. Hi, voltage.
Letitia James, the fucking New York Attorney General that sued Trump, and Letitia James is in the
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she's going to jail now, I think, ain't she?
I think Trump is suing. Yeah, I think Trump is putting her in prison. Yeah,
I think Trump is putting her in jail. She's going to jail now.
Now it's just we need to do something about fucking Hillary. We got to do something about her.
Understand. I don't understand why Bill and Hillary are not in prison. I mean, Bill was on fucking Epstein Island 49 times, and Hillary's got all these dead people associated with her. Why don't we throw these people in prison and get it over with?
That'd be nice.
That would be nice. How's the weather? The weather is fine during the day. It's just at night it gets kind of cold.
It's 42 degrees outside where I am. 42.
Yeah, dude, the wind out here. It's Arctic wind. I mean,
sucks.
I was born and raised in Ohio. I know what Arctic wind is, and this is definitely Arctic wind, man.
It got like 2 weeks ago. It got down to fucking 10 degrees with high winds. It was unbearable.
I know. I can imagine. Can you imagine if you'd have been in your car doing that?
I was in my car.
Oh, you was in your car. Yeah. Oh shit, John. Oh shit, and you survived that?
Wow, I survived it. That's when I said I had to get my place. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cold.
Yeah, it was. It was bad.
Yeah, 10 degrees is really cold. Holy shit, dude. Damn. And
with
windy
winds,
on
with
top
high
of
winds. It was knocking my car back and forth. The winds were so strong, it was knocking my car around.
Oh my god, man. Nothing worse. Yeah. Nothing worse than a juice. What? That's not good English. Yeah, okay. I guess it just looked like bad English to me, but okay. Yeah, man. But yeah, now they're saying, maybe they're even super saying, anyway, they're saying though that maybe it might warm up here in a few days or something. Might go up into the 70s and in the 50s. Well, 70s is not.
Whoa, what the hell happened there? What is going on? Did they just get yeeted? That's okay. We can just transition back to... Yes, we can transition back. Let me get rid of this one. And let me get rid of that one. All right, we can always go back. to here because what I did was I saved our spot just in case something happened with Von Helton. And it looks like something happened with Von Helton, so we can just continue where, if I can find out my little banners here. Oh, it was this one, right? Yeah. Okay, let's just carry on.
Whoa, I take offense to that. I didn't take anything from this guy. These things were given to me because he loved me so much and he wanted me to have the whole world. He wanted me to have the sun, the moon, and the stars because he loved me so. Yeah, right.
He has quite a bit.
Going back to you guys moved 3 times. You leave everything.
Mm-hmm.
What was the landlord's reasoning for why you guys left? Like they have to give you a reason. Like, is you violating?
They considered us a nuisance to the community. I mean, that was always what
ever drives that he was bragging about during the time when he had the $700,000. He was bragging about all of ever drives and how people should have this and have. Please, I got every last one of those ever drives, and I still got them to this day.
Was always the reason.
That was probably very valid, right? I would assume.
Yeah, because the trolls would flood, literally, rep like 500.
So it wasn't because no rent was ever paid or anything. Was rent paid?
Always. Yep.
Always. Okay.
Always. I never had a problem paying rent.
They were calling me the N-word because I didn't know that Jason was only getting about $5,000 a month out of his Apple stocks. I believe it was between $5,000 and $6,000, which makes sense because it would explain why he and Shani seemed to not have a certain amount of money when they wanted certain things and whatnot. And they had to wait to the end of the month. I didn't learn this until later on, but they only had about $5,000 a month. That would also explain why Shani would make a YouTube video. Gee, man, I can't believe it. My electric bill is $200. I'll never forget that day. I'll never, ever forget that. As if that was my fault. Forgetting that, no, it wasn't $200. It was $400. Because these buffoons left the air conditioners on when they left to go to Colorado and tried to blame that mess on me.
Because we had plenty of...
buffoon had wet brain. And just like Shani,
dividends coming in, plenty to cover both places, Glenwood and the Habitat. The first 2, we could cover them no problem. Covell broke the bank over time because it was $3,000 a month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it broke the bank. That was it.
And that was pre-COVID.
That's right. And I'm telling
you only get about $5,000 a month from your $700,000. What were you guys doing with the other $2,000? Oh, I forgot. My bad. Didn't she have like a $500 joint that she smoked? A $500 joint.
I'm telling you, Westminster's not cheap to live in. It's a bougie area. So,
all right,
it is what it is, man.
And the entire time that they're living in Colorado, they had a free house in Pennsylvania. Didn't go there.
All right, so that gives me a lot of clarity on things and stuff. I want to talk about
one of the things. They're about to talk about me in a minute, but one of the things that gives me great satisfaction is that when these 2 went broke, who do you think they called to pay their bills? Who do you think they called? They didn't call Dragnet. They ain't called Jules. They ain't called none of these. They called me. Same person they was calling the N-word and they were doing all this other stuff. I was sitting there paying his bills. But let's see with Jason Avocado, Jessica, or whatever the heck his female name is, has got to say about this next question.
Actually, since G-Man was brought up.
Okay.
So G-Man, from what I've been researching, G-Man sold a house from under you guys. Is that correct? Or sold something under Shani?
I don't know if you'd put it that way. We gave him a house. My house in Scranton that I used to live in.
You gave him it?
For $1. Yeah.
Why?
He was homeless. And I
Jason, I'm sorry, I gotta laugh at that. Because we both know that was malarkey. we both know that's malarkey. This is what I'm talking about, man. I gotta get him on my YouTube channel. I want to prove that this crackhead doesn't know what he's talking about. I want to prove it like unconditionally that this crackhead don't know what he's talking about. I'm not even calling him a drunk no more. I'm calling him what he is. He is a straight up crackhead, a dope head who doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not homeless. Okay? when the house was given to me the first time, you had wet brain. Shani, and I don't know how many times I got to tell the story, Shani made a video. G-Man, we want to give you a TV. The TV that they wanted to give me, I already showed you guys in videos. It was a 50-inch, one of them big, heavy, with a huge back before the flat screen TVs, I think was around or whatever. They wanted to give me that. Then literally the next video after that, when Biden and all them people were attacking Shani, calling her a gold digger and doing all this other stuff. G-Man, we want to give you a house. I called Shani up and said, Shani, can you please take down that video? Because they know how I feel about my privacy. I absolutely hate it when people violate my privacy, because what I usually do as a receipt is I violate theirs. You know what I mean? So they sat there and said they wanted to give me a house. So I called them on the phone and I was like, where's the house at? I don't know nothing about owning a home, blah, 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 blah. I eventually went up there. They gave me permission to break into the house, which I ultimately did in front of the police and in front of the neighbors who all knew my name before I got there. And I stayed there for a couple of months. And then, Shani went on her racist tirade talking about somebody ain't paying no phone bill. So I got kicked out of there. Then later on, when I had my apartment and I was on here saying that I can afford the taxes, they at the same time, these two were going broke. Hint, 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 hint. And they didn't have no money. Hint, 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 hint. And they knew they was going to have to go from Colorado back to Pennsylvania. Hint, 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 hint. Conveniently gave me a house for $1. This is why this coward will not come on my channel. I'll destroy Jason. I just don't know. I will absolutely destroy this guy.
Didn't need that house anymore. I intended on staying in Colorado. So I said, wait, G-Man's homeless? Screw that. We're going to give him the house for $1.
Jesus. Man, I'm in the wrong
That
place.
is not what happened. When I got the house the first time, I got kicked out of there in a very humiliating fashion. The second time, after going through all of that drama, the summer of me and all the other mess that I went through and whatnot, when the enemy of my enemy became my friend, is when I got the house.
I could have had a house from you for $1.
If I knew you then, rep. And
I don't understand why sell the house for $1 to him though. What's the motive?
Because I knew he could never afford paying for the full house. I mean, it's $160,000 house.
Actually, in the beginning, I think I was offered I was offered 90, and then I was offered 130 or 150, I think it was. And then I believe that day I couldn't bring the person in there because the house smelled like fungus feet mixed with sex. And I couldn't have nobody go inside the house. And you guys, William, about that day too, because I was mad that day. I yelled at everybody, kids included, clean up this place or you're going to have to get out. I was pretty hot that day. I was not a nice guy that day. And I almost had that house sold for about 150 grand. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So he would never be able to pay me that. So I just wanted the guy to have a roof over.
It's one of those whisper down the lane thingies and whatnot. He's trying to clout chase right now. I gave G-Man a house because he was homeless. If you guys actually go take a look at the timeline, you'll see that this is baloney. This is baloney. Go look at the timeline.
His head, I cared about him as a Christian.
So you sold a house to G-Man for $1.
By the way, the channel to look at is Fat Courtney Love. And I'm going to say this again. Fat Courtney Love. Go to that channel. They're going to call the police if I go back to the house. Shani said I used her credit card. Shani said I did this. Shani said I did that. They were calling me the N-word. This buffoon called me the N-word. He said he's going to kill me. All this other stuff that was happening on Fat Courtney Love's YouTube channel. Go look at it and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. He's full of it. And then what was going on between myself and Drag when I finally got the house back. Go take a look at it.
Out of good nature because you just enjoyed his presence as a friend.
Lie. And anybody
just because I knew him,
when he says this, you're gullible. You don't know your history the way you think you do. He's lying.
Him from YouTube. I really enjoyed what he did correcting the doctrine of Black Hebrew Israelite individuals. I liked that content. And I was like, no way, there's not going to be a brother on this.
So something positive about him. He was giving me $500 as a tithe because of what I was doing with the Hebrew Israelites. I personally think Shani had a lot to do with that, because I think Shani was with him for the money, but she wanted me physically. And I got a lot of reasons to believe that, based on phone calls when I lived in there, and my relationship with her before stuff hit the fan.
Street. I can't give them the house for $1. I don't care. Do it.
Shani referred to that house as a piece of garbage. She referred to the green Jeep that she wishes she had today was a piece of garbage, that he wishes he had today, that they both called the piece of garbage. They lied about giving it to the Salvation Army. And one of the funniest things about that house, I don't want to talk about it too much. He had a will written in pencil talking about how if something happens to him, he wants the house to go to the YMCA. No, not the YMCA. The Salvation Army. They didn't care about that house. Not until they moved back in it.
And we,
yeah, that is something else, man. I would love to buy a house for $1. Well, if you ever get a house again, let me know and I'll give you $1,000 for a house, because that was a good deal for G-Man. So G-Man got the house.
If you wouldn't have took the house that he's in right now, you wouldn't have wanted that house then. Okay, I spent a nice hunk of change. I think about maybe between 30 and 40 grand on that place, getting that place together. Again, people, it's easy to say, "Oh, G-Man got the house for $1," but the roof was caved in, the kitchen was caved in, his mother's room had rainwater all over the place, all over all this stuff and whatnot. That place is falling apart, and I had to get to work very fast. Very fast.
There was no scam, or it had nothing to do with taxes or anything. You just give him the house for $1.
That's right. And then over time, of course, because of costs of the house.
Something else that Jason's not talking about is all of the back taxes that was not paid on the house. A lot of stuff about that he ain't talking about too. Okay. A lot of back taxes wasn't paid. I think it was like between $4,000 and $8,000 in back.
All right. I'm going to end this. I'm going to carry on in part 2, because I have things that I have to do, and this was actually intended to be a very long stream, but I'm going to have to break it up into 2 sections. Okay. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching up to now. I hope you come back, because between Jason, Shani, and Jdubs and Von Helton, we have a lot more content. All righty. Gonna give my thank yous. There's the thank you for watching. And let's say, I'll give you another one. All right, thank you, and we'll see you as soon as possible.